of course, will displace water across the planet. So I'm not putting it out of bounds that Holland and England and Bangladesh and even where I'm at are going to have lots of low-level flooding, and anything below sea level may really be facing a serious issue by the end of the year.
888-663-6386. What about domestic violence, revolutionary kind of things? What's the old rickety time machine scene there, if anything?
Revolution as a meme is going global. It's going into its active phase. It actually started in early February, really. We started seeing the hinting of the active language. By the time it's really good, it's a gradation. It's not this day it's active and that day it isn't. We've already started it. It's going to escalate. By the time we get into summer, I suspect if the weather permits, and we've been saying that in this last report repeatedly, if the weather permits, expect riots in your area. It may not permit. We may find that, snow, floods, and so on present issues for otherwise political movements that would have begun or attempted to get something going. To a certain extent, it seems to favor the incumbency, except it's going to really demonstrate on a global level just how lame governments are. Because there's going to be so much in the way of terrestrial chaos caused by climate change that it will seriously disrupt both political progress as well as the ability of the governments to respond to the various different kinds of crises facing them.
Are you seeing anything in your work with a legitimate, or I don't know if what that word means, but a real possible third party in 2012?
No.
Nothing, huh?
No, I don't follow politics, though. It's kind of a...
But don't people talk about that and think about a Clif? I mean, or you just don't put your energy in there?
No, it isn't that. It's that within the data set, within our data, bear in mind, we live and die by the differences. And so the greater the differences, the more room for us to be able to interpret. So such things as religion, you either, hate this God or you don't.
Right.
So there's very, very little, it's all black and white, very little gray, and we need the gray area. Same thing with politics. So the further we become divided and hardened, both by the powers that be and the particular times we're in, the less ability I have to pick out anything meaningful.
I see. Here's an email from TPM. Now, this is a little strange, so let's see if I can follow this. Please, could Clif now, capitals, come clean with the whole story about the pictures of the pyramids he has twice the size of Egypt in the Arctic, okay? You said, Clif, let's see what happens. Just see what these guys look like. Thank you for consideration of the truth. Do you understand what he's asking?
Sure.
Okay.
But no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. My deal with...
What's he asking? Because I didn't understand that.
Okay, I was gifted some photographs, actual physical... Kodak paper kind of photographs of some pyramids in the Antarctic, some structures that are quite unique, and they're actually tetrahedrons. There is one five-sided pyramid, like the Cheops kind of pyramid, but most of the ones that are visible here are tetrahedrons. And we think of them as mountains. In fact, the ones I've got, people could climb as mountains, and up one of them is maybe a third of the way up. It's difficult to tell in the snow. And the ice in the photo, and it was taken during a foggy day, is an arch with characters around it, and the arch appears to be about 40 feet by 80 feet high, as though a giant entrance into this huge tetrahedron in Antarctica.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, no, I was given to them, and I can release them on notification of the gifter's death, but not before that.
888-663-6386. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
John from Swickley, Pennsylvania.
Go ahead, John.
Clif, I was wondering if you could speak to how errors in terms of predictions can occur in your work. In particular, and if I have the wrong understanding, then just say that. But my understanding is that you first discern some type of archetype out of your data, and then you have to sort of drill down and try and come up with details in terms of occurrences that might explain how that archetype manifests. And that sounds like two sources of error, one at the archetype level, one at the detail level. Could you just try and elucidate a little more understanding for me on that, please? And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thanks for the call. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Actually, we find, potentially there are two types of errors. The archetype level, if we were to get the archetype wrong, for a particular time period, and then the detail. Now, of course, the devil is in the detail, and that's where we usually screw up. As I tell George, when you start mucking about in the detail, it's whatever shiny little bit of information pulls your monkey mind that we have a tendency to latch onto, and that may not be accurate. In fact, mostly when we're wrong, it's the detail levels that screw us up, not the archetype, curiously. I mean, we're usually good on the archetypes because the archetype is a broader trend level. What we do is this. We gather all of this data, basically word groups. We hunt for archetypes within the word groups because all words are associated with archetypes at various different levels. Some have more power than others. So it's very easy to discern archetypes with bread baking, for instance, as an example, because it goes to food, right? Mm-hmm. And another archetype it's associated with is obviously, and especially in English, hearth and home. So those archetype levels are easy to determine. Oh, we're going to have food issues here because all of a sudden there's a big uptick in everybody, a lot of language around bread baking. But it's when we drill down into the details that are associated with that we start getting ourselves off because our monkey minds intrude. It's where we start actually thinking, and perhaps we really shouldn't, but there's no way to put in several million words within a report and let people sort through the details on their own, nor would it be particularly meaningful. And unfortunately for us, when we are correct in a spectacular fashion, it is always in the detail levels that allow us to do so. So some of our most spectacular ones are the power supply problems in the Northeast where the power went out a few years back. We had the details down to the gnat's ass on that, and it was a lovely prediction. It came out 3 weeks in advance. We had I think a 92% correlation with words that actually showed up in the newspaper and online. Now, another one where we were wrong, but we were correct, was the shuttle disaster. And it was sort of what we kept saying was there was going to be a maritime disaster. And I kept seeing big problems with some kind of a ship and all these problems that would be, emotive throughout the whole planet and especially in the English language speaking parts of the planet. And it turned out to be the shuttle disaster. And you think, well, but there's all these maritime and marine correspondences between our space endeavor and our terrestrial aquatic endeavors in the sense that they're both ships. There's all these marine associations. The shuttle was Columbia, gem of the ocean, which Columbia is itself an archetype, which goes back to Columbra, which is a particular constellation, and it goes on and on. So we were correct at the archetype and sort of blew it on about halfway down on the details. I sure hope that answers the question.
Okay, 28 before the hour with Clif High. My name is Patrick Timpone, and this is OneRadioNetwork.com. If you care to join us, Patrick at OneRadioNetwork.com. Also, telephone, 888-663-6386. We have a really great new associate that we're going to be working with that will support our endeavors, because when you click on it, we'll get a commission on some of their products. But something that we've been looking for that Roger and our web guy in New Zealand found, Renewal Enterprises, right on the front page of One Radio Network. Just massive amounts, really great products that we like the delinolate, the #1 olive leaf extract, different kind of water filters, a lot of cool things. Also, all of Dr. Bob Marshall's products are on those because we don't carry those directly anymore. So this is really a great resource. Check out Renewal Enterprises, but please go through our website so we'll get a commission. So if you just click there straight away, then they don't know that we sent you there, and this will help us to support our vision here and all the programs that we have for you. Over 700 podcasts of all kinds of things, health, wealth, and well-being, and bringing you Clif High this morning. Free shipping all over the United States with orders over $50, right on the front page. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Renewal Enterprises, a new affiliate member on OneRadioNetwork.com. Human.com. I think, Cliff, 4 times a year you come out with a little nice report, pretty long, maybe 100 pages for $10, right?
That's correct. About 4 times a year, between 60 and 90 pages usually. Yeah.
So between that and then selling eggs from your chickens, you do okay.
Well, no. Sorry, I'm a vegetarian and I couldn't exploit chickens that way.
I see. So even when you take them, I see. Boy, you're a hardcore vegetarian.
Well, you got to walk your talk.
You got to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Clif High. Now, here's something I've been wanting to ask you. Let me A lot of folks calling. Okay, for those of you on hold, stay right there. Turn your computer down, and we're going to get to you. Just listen to the program. Now, the whole money thing is curious because I'm quite a student of money because of my relationship with Andrew. And my theory is that most people don't really understand what's going on, so they think the world is going to crash in a hell in a handbasket because they don't understand how these boys control the game. That's just my opinion, right?
It's not wrong.
Okay, so say if I'm correct, and this is what Andrew has taught me over the years, and he's been right so far. I mean, he doesn't see anything crashing and burning because he just argues, Cliff, hey, there's no profit in a collapse. You show me where there's a profit and they're going to have one. All right, I like that. Now, if people think the other way, and you guys pick up all this bad information, I mean, don't you end up predicting stuff that's not going to happen because the people don't know what's going to happen? Or are you saying, let me finish, or are you saying as soul, right, not as the mind, as soul, as spiritual beings, the people do know what